second. Because, so if the orientation is incorrect, I'm just going to restart the video because I kind of just want to get into it. Hi, puppy. Yeah, my dog is saying, hey. What's up, Bubba? What's up, Bubba? How you doing? Let me see. We're going to go here and check because we have a live broadcast up. We want to make sure that it is working a-okay. Okay. Make sure, I want to make absolute certain, first off, that the orientation is correct. Before we, yes, it is. Okay, finally. All right, we got this thing down packed. So, to get into it, I've had it requested quite a few. Don't mind, I work a lot with my hands, so I always work on projects and stuff. So the Viper Tail video was inevitable because multiple people have asked me to do Viper Tail, to, hello, focus, you want to focus? There we go. To do Viper Tail. And Viper Tail is a little bit, you know, a little bit interesting because it's an older bay, and as an older bay, okay, there is a handful of problems that does come with that. So they tend to be lighter, right? So we have to have realistic expectations. They tend to be lighter. They're usually still figuring out, you know, the kinks of the type of Beyblade that you're going to be using in the stadium. You know, a lot of times they'll be like, oh, this is a stamina type, which is what they ended up doing. That just, ironically enough, did not do well as a stamina type. So it ended up being a little bit more popular to use it just on low flat and 360 and roll from there. So upon experimentation, I found two ratchets in particular that work really well, 560 and 960. Part of the issue is that if we are going to, let me put on some music. If we are going to utilize this, right, we have to play by its parameters because it's older, it's lighter. And 960 stops bursting. And 560 is really good for weight distribution, giving it some extra weight. So it really all honestly depends on how you want to use the bay. Now we do have a defensive set, but the first one we're going to go ahead and check out is going to be 560 and flat. So for our test combos, we have a few bays. I figured 4 bays to just kind of test out against things that are extremely common in the meta. I thought about Samurai Saber and level, but I'm going to level with you. Samurai Saber is not really relevant, in my opinion, to the current meta. And more importantly than even relevance to the meta, I feel like everybody is kind of just spamming level. So I will be doing a video for level and what level works well against. But in the meantime, we're just trying out and I tried taper. I tried a lot of things on this. The flats seem to work. The flat family seems to work the best for this. So that's what we're going to go ahead and start off. So we're going to start off showing against Wizard Rod. And this isn't a bay I would recommend going attack versus attack on, personal opinion. And you'll see why in a moment. Okay, yeah. Knocks out Rod. You get the picture. You get the picture. So again, and I was talking about weight. Again, the 560 ratchet helps it get weight. We have plenty of traction to grip up and accelerate quickly. Stamina is an issue with this bay. Okay, so it knocks out Wizard Rod. All right, let's go ahead and go Whale Wave 360 Taper. This is a very solid set that I really enjoy using. I ain't gonna lie, I really enjoy using it. And as of recently, I've pretty much that was a terrible launch. I'm sorry, I'm launching from the floor. That was a terrible. Here we go. Yeah, whale wave on taper. Doing what it does best. So again, this is where I say it's going to require a bit of tact because 560 is higher at bursting and you can run 960, but you have less weight. And whale wave on taper, for instance, something heavy that has a lot of traction is just going to always be a problem. So any whale waves on any kind of flat bit, and I notice on level, when whale wave is on level, it seems to eat this combo up as well. So it may be better. Oh, we're gonna get a fair battle here. You can see it will bully whale wave. It will bully, it can bully. Its impact is really, really impressive. But that's the 560. So you might burst, you might beat them down and lower their stamina because of, you know, just this thing's amazing blade shape, or you might knock them out. It's kind of a toss-up, and I think that's one of the things that I really like about this bay on 560 flat. Next up, we're gonna try out my other favorite that I was kind of messing around with, which is 560 gear flat. And again, 960 is interchangeable with the flats, but we're saving this for that final combo, which I think I kind of enjoy more. So now we're gonna go to gear flat and we're gonna go ahead and put it up against pretty killer combo. You guys know I love this combo. I recently won a tournament with this combo, 360 gear ball on Dragoon, and it performed extremely well. So we're gonna go ahead and test Viper Tail now on gear flat against Dragoon. And this is where its destabilization as an attacker is really darn good. Even if your opponent gives it a hard rip, I'll give this Dragoon the hardest rip I possibly can. Just so y'all, and I'm not even ripping as hard as I can with the winder for any of this, okay? For any of this. There it is. You see how it makes contact and it destabilizes and pushes things down? And I don't know if you guys can see it, Dragoon is actually slightly scraping. But that's part of the beauty of this set in particular, is that it's pretty good against just about any other attackers, but you do run the risk of bursting. So I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it, you run the risk of bursting, and that's why against other attackers, it might not always be the best idea. Particularly this one, Phoenix Wing 360 point, right? This is where we're kind of starting to get, because Phoenix Wing on level, it has an easier time knocking it out with the gear point especially. But I will say, with all that taken into consideration, 360 point Phoenix Wing on a really hard rip is still a problem. And there it is, see it self-KOs. That is one issue with gear flat that I find in the Hasbro Stadium that I don't find for some reason in the TT Stadium. I don't know why. I think gear flat is actually a little bit better in the TT Stadium, but you never know. I mean, realistically, I'm able to use gear flat for the most part and it works fine. It's just if you hit a little too hard, and you can see Phoenix Wing will just stand itself up pretty well on point. So point seems to be where the destabilization dies. And in all my testing, TT and Hasbro, this seems to be what it struggles the most against. And Phoenix Wing can absolutely burst it. Whale Wave can burst it or get knocked out by it. I don't know why it seems to be such an even trade, but this isn't too bad. So for our final combo, we're gonna go ahead and take the Hexa, okay, off of Wizard Rod, throw on the 960, and put it on Hexa. Now this is a defensive set for Viper Tail, okay? This is just a Viper Tail defensive set. So bear that in mind. We're just trying to utilize it as a defense bay. It's obviously not gonna beat Wizard Rod. So again, we're gonna put it up against, starting off with a not so aggressive attacker on Gear Ball, but it still can get knockouts on Gear Ball. I think people underestimate gear ball on this thing. So 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. There it is. There's a counterattack. Perfect example. Perfect example. So this is what I'm saying. When I test the combos, I'm looking for repeatability, and it seems to perform the best, in my opinion, on these 3 bits and with these 2 ratchets. I experimented a little bit with 970. No. And I did experiment with like Rush and other bits, but they just don't perform consistently between Hasbro and TT, and I would not feel comfortable bringing them to a tournament and winning. I just wouldn't. Whereas these flats and the 560 and the 960 hexes, these are amazing little combos for this. And especially if you're good at launching in a TT to hide, you know, or you're really good at giving it a nice mobile launch where it's not a sitting target, oh, it's beautiful. So now, of course, we're gonna pull it up against Whale Wave, because Whale Wave is, in my opinion, Whale Wave is the only bay I really will say that I do somewhat like on level. But I haven't tried a lot of the other bays that I have on level. So as I go through them, if I find... See, there's Whale Wave. There's Whale Wave. I'm telling you, Whale Wave on tapered is just disgusting. But notice we didn't burst with the 960. Notice we did not burst. And this is where your preference with these combos is gonna boil down to, really, are you afraid of bursting? Yes, go 960. Are you not afraid of bursting? There it is. And this is also part of the problem, because now we're gonna switch over to the 560. The 560 is slightly harder to knock out, but more likely to burst. So luckily Hexa has burst resistance, but this is what I'm saying when I say it's kind of, this is more of the niche combo. It's not as good as flat. With flat, you just, in my opinion, get so much more out of the bay. So 560. Take a look at 560. Bit of a different experience, isn't it? So you have to ask yourself with Viper Tail, it's gonna come down to whether or not you are willing to risk the burst to have more weight and be better defensively as an attack bay, or does that burst matter to you to the point where you wanna run 960? I would rather run the 5, in my opinion. The 560 really just works great with this bay. It just keeps it, in my opinion, a little bit more ahead of the 960, but 960 totally passable. So this is the real test. Phoenix Wing 360 point, still the GOAT, still the best combo in Beyblade X. I don't care what anyone says. Come fight me. It is the best combo. I don't care what anyone says. So this is also simultaneously probably the most ornery combo in Beyblade X. So you can see, oh, there it goes. It actually rode itself out of the ring. Again, almost everything struggles with Phoenix Wing. So if you're gonna use this in a tournament, I would recommend not putting it up against Phoenix Wing. Even on 560, Phoenix Wing 360 points seems to just be, in my opinion, the best of its existence. Look, you can see, one-shot KO. Phoenix Wing 360 point is just disgusting. So stay away for sure from Phoenix Wings. Because it just, like, again, with the 960, you are not gonna burst, or the 960, you are not gonna burst. But you can see, even on Hexa, as decent as this combo is, it just, and it doesn't matter, again, which stadium it is, it's Hasbro, it's TT. It struggles against this because Phoenix Wing on 360 point is just the baddest of the bad. And mind you, I choose the less aggressive, more defensive knockback kind of Hasbro blue blue point. So be aware that this is meant to, I use this because it knocks back harder than the red Hasbro and red TT point, and a little bit harder, in my opinion, than the other point bit, which you will find on what's it called, Thanos. So we're gonna go ahead and keep going until Viper Tail inevitably gets a win. It's gonna happen eventually. And inevitably it'll beat Phoenix Wing. But you can see it is struggling against Phoenix Wing. This is not an easy match for it, and it's better against everything else. It's fine. It works fine. Even Dragoon on Elevate. I don't know what it is about Phoenix Wing, and I think it may be a matter of blade shape interaction, where Phoenix Wing just isn't destabilized by it, especially on point. But I would feel confident saying that at least the flat variant is somewhat competitively viable for sure. But you're going to want 560, guys. You're going to want 560. I keep saying it. 560, in my opinion, is the better, but it's more prone to bursting. So with that being said, okay, with all that being said, which should you go for? Again, I think that the weight is the best, and I'm going to recommend, if you're going to do it, run this bad boy on 560 and run it, okay, with either gear flat, regular flat, or Hexa. These are the bits that you want to run it on, and this is the ratchet. I've done extensive testing. But if you want a secondary option, this is viable. But I don't think it's as viable. By the way, thank y'all so much for 300 subscribers. Y'all have no idea how much that means. You can see, look at Phoenix Wing, it just dies. Like, Phoenix Wing is where its success comes to die. And the Hexa variant is pretty good. Okay, here's one win. Here's one win. It got lucky. That was pure luck. But we'll take it. We'll take it because I like Viper Tail. So I like Viper Tail. Hey, what's going on? It's Win and Hobson. How y'all doing? Yeah, finally, right? I already went over the combos for Viper Tail. I figured I'd do it in a live stream just to like kind of showcase what the combos are. We're on the final one now, which is Hexa. So there are 2 other parts. Let me just show them for people just joining in the chat. Gear flat and regular flat. And again, my recommendation is 560 on all these bits, but 960 is also viable if you're afraid at bursting. Someone in our local players is good at using Viper Tail. I think he was running the stock black bit. Yeah, he was running a flat variant then. I looked up to see if anyone else had really like utilized flat like I was in gear flat. And I think that Viper Tail, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that one runs flat. So you can, like when someone says, well, flat seems weird, I swear to you this was meant to be an attack type. Been using 570 with gear flat, so see. Yeah, you know, I find gear flat works better a little bit in the TT because gear flat doesn't knock itself out in the TT. But, I mean, again, flat is also something... yeah, see, I really liked Viper Tail. So when it was requested so much, I said, you know what I need to do? I need to do a Viper Tail video. And Viper Tail ends up pretty heavy with the 560 and Hexa and flat. So I thought it was just a really nice combo to show off, to do a Viper Tail video and then to do it on a live stream and just kind of relax and chill. Let's see how this goes. Oh, Viper Tail Hexa. Oh, I think it, oh. See, now it's, of course, destabilizing pretty well the Phoenix Wing and getting some wins in. So it can. I don't want anyone to think it can't, but I swear to you, it struggles with this on another level. And most things I feel struggle with 360 point Phoenix Wing just because, and I could have done low flat, obviously, but everyone I had seen was just saying, just use low flat. My friend has that. I only got the blue Hexa. Oh, dude, the blue Hexa is cool. What do you mean? Hopefully I can get my purple Viper Tail this Saturday. So I have a gold one. I have bays that are just for collection upstairs and they're gold. And I adore Viper Tail. So when I kept getting requested, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think anyone would actually be like, yeah, make a Viper Tail video. But then I kept getting requests for it. And so I was like, you know what? And I might do a Samurai Saber video. I'm gonna be real. I'm a level with y'all. I don't really care for Samurai Saber. I don't care for level. But if it's requested enough, I will do like a combos for level, and I will do combos for samurai. I will. Just, it's got to be something that like my subs really want to see. Let me see. Actually, I kind of want to. Where was it? Put it up against Whale Wave again, because I just have a love for Whale Wave. Let me see. MI Hexa is on Bro, Silver Wolf on Hexa at the tournament that I went to. It's absolutely disgusting. See what I mean? Like, Whale Wave comes to die on this thing on 560 Hexa. Whale Wave on Taper, no less. 360 Taper, which I swear to you, Crimson Garuda was running 960 Taper. I swear Taper is better than people really want to admit. I think that Taper, though, because it's been out so long, people are more fascinated by level and more fascinated by Elevate, which my Elevate finally got chipped enough that it sucks now, which is good because I just use it as a practice dummy. I don't like it at all. I don't like the way it feels. Yeah, Taper, for real. And the people that sleep on Taper, I'm just like, bro, why? Like, what do you have against Taper? Like, Taper is a great pick. And in my opinion, I run it on. Yo, you know what's funny? On my very first video, I ran Phoenix Wing on Taper against Wizard Arrow 460 and dot. And Wizard Arrow on 460 and dot, provided you have a mid to high weight on Wizard Arrow, is actually super solid. And one of the things, I'm not really paying attention. I'm just launching bays while talking to y'all, just so y'all know. So I'm probably gonna make mistakes, but I'm not really like focused. You know, I'm just kind of. But yeah, no, I agree. I don't. Oh, there we go again. Viper Tail, great defense type. How do you defeat Arrow Pegasus? So honestly, Battle Toys in my local scene, Arrow Pegasus is actually banned. In the local tourneys I go to. As far as Arrow Pegasus, you beat it like you kind of beat any other bay, realistically. Like, I could knock it out with this, sure, I'm 100% certain, because if it can knock out this, if it can knock out Whale Wave, like, I'm going to be real. Run around it is probably the best, because especially, again, like the TT stadiums, you can hide. You could launch away from it. You could launch under the X rail to initiate contact. Like, I have found Arrow Pegasus is only used by people who don't know what they're doing. And when I used it, I'm like, this is Phoenix Wing, but it doesn't hit as hard. It's just heavier. Also, Phoenix Wing and Rhino Horns compact shape, because Phoenix Wing is fairly compact and everything's kind of tight in. I don't know if you can see like the difference in its shape, but it's kind of angular, which causes it to be good. Arrow Pegasus, in my opinion, is a bit too round. I feel like Arrow Pegasus is too round. I'm gonna be honest, my Phoenix Wing hits harder than their Arrow Pegasus. So I've just honestly resorted to using Phoenix Wing over it. And my local scene allows us to paint bays provided that they have already been painted, meaning that they came that way. So that's why I run gold Phoenix Wing 360 point, because my local scene allows it. And if anybody, you know, is wondering why I chose gold, it's just because I personally think it looks nice. I don't actually have a real answer other than I wanted a gold Phoenix Wing and Takira told me won't give it to us. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and show more Wizard Rod, because somebody's going to be like, you only showed Wizard Rod getting knocked out once. So there it is, 360, you know, Hexa Wizard Rod. I mean, if it can knock it out once, it's not a problem anyways. So 560 flat. There it is, just beating the snot out of. Oh no, we got stuck on the rail. Oh no. There went all our stamina. On a flat bit, riding one of these rails and getting stuck there is a death sentence. But again, I'm more focused on live streaming than I think I actually am. Battling. I'm not even focusing on launching well. Viper Tail's like, please give me a win. Focus. I'm sorry, Viper Tail. I'm terribly sorry. I'm I'm distracted. All right, let me focus and get a decent launch on both of these. Oh, Wizard Rod! Calm down, bro. You don't pay bills around here. I swear, is it just me? Or is it the more you use a Wizard Rod, the more rounded and bashed up it gets? The harder it becomes to knock out. The harder it becomes to beat. I swear, it's like the smoother these things get, the more indestructible they are. Until inevitably your Wizard Rod just cracks. You know what I mean? Like once the Wizard Rod cracks, it's over. It's GG. Oh God, okay. We get it. You're beating down with Rod. All right. Let's go ahead and give it. I feel like I'm ripping too slow and loading too slow. We're just gonna give it the winder. My local AP is for the loaded folks who want to flex that thing. Yeah, you know what? I don't like free ball that much. I find that the molds vary, so free ball can burst. Be fast, Matt. Be fast. Be fast. Be fast. Oh my God, what is this? On my green Wizard Rod, which is newer, I should have brought my green, but I guess it's better to test against and show tests against a much better Wizard Rod, like a Wizard Rod that is objectively smoother and harder to knock out and harder to deal with. Granted, Wizard Rod on ball, we'll put Wizard Rod on gear ball just to simulate ball. Yeah, no, my locals, I see a lot of people who do have it, don't know what they're doing, and just have a lot of money and are paying to win. Super Surface with the beat up, it does deflect, I swear. My mold is good then because it bursts way less. Yeah, you probably have a good mold. I have a really crappy mold and I hate Silverwolf. Like I have a rule, if I don't really like a bay, unless it's super requested, I will not feature it on my channel at all. I refuse. I don't know, man. I just feel like free ball was such a disappointment. And Silverwolf, I've only found good at all on Hexa. I've never found myself. What's a good way of putting it? I don't find myself loving it enough as a bay to like want to run Silverwolf or even feature it. Like I like Wizard Rod. You know what I mean? I like Wizard Rod. Granted, my FB rarely bursts. Silverwolf FB is solid. And again, oh, there we go. There's a burst. Yeah, that happens sometimes when these nubs just hit something. But they're starting to get deformed. I noticed that it was hitting harder a week and a half ago when I started testing. I will say, but has your stores gotten wave 3? No, but I have just about everything. So I'm not sure, like really what, aside from the Roar Tyranno, which I don't super care for. So that will again go in. I like Tyranno, or I'm sorry, Tyranno Beat, which I don't care for as much as Roar Tyranno. So I might pick it up just to have another Shinobi. I'm probably the only person who would ever say that. Do you have a competitive combo for Night Lance and Night Mail? Night Lance is actually one that I still to this day hold is a great flat and low flat user. I also will say Night Lance I've used on level. I will say Night Lance I've used on level. But yeah, no, I've noticed that as this gets more and more deformed, as I'm using it as an attack type rather than just with Hexa, I notice it does your Viper Tail. Shinobi is bad. I know it's bad and I love it. I hate it and I love it simultaneously. I did a video on Bear Scratch or Savage Bear, and not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie, guys. 360 low flat might be the only way, and level may be the only way I can get Shinobi to work. But it's full send because the little ninja is just cool. Like, I don't know what to say. Knife Shinobi is just a bay I like, but I hate because I wish was better. But yeah, no, it's just, I don't know. I feel like Viper Tail, a word of recommendation and caution, you should definitely try to get one that's new if you're going to use it, because this one I've already used as a stamina type as suggested. And also as a defense type, initially I started testing with Needle and Hexa. And Needle also works. I just thought Hexa was a more easier bit for a beginner especially to use. Needle also works on this, but don't use high needle because there are severe gaps. On Excel with its stock ratchet, because why not? I'm gonna be real. Everybody launches different and everybody utilizes the stadium different. Like certain combos are just gonna work better, especially in random extensive testing. But with that being said, like I would absolutely take this to a tournament and have a field day with most people. Because I found most wizard rods are not as smooth as mine. And this does deal somewhat with Silver Wolf on Hexa. I would not recommend it. It can knock it out, but it struggles more than usual. Yep, the way you launch, it really does. So like for instance, if I really wanted to knock out Wizard Rod, I'll show what I mean. I'm probably not gonna launch this straight flat, not paying attention, right? So here's Wizard Rod, 360 gear ball on a nice decent rip. We'll wait till it clears. There you go. And that is a slight tilt launch. So you can see why I don't usually do that though in these videos. Damn, yeah, no, I am a very good player, unfortunately. So the problem is that when I do these test videos, I can't do stuff like that because then that's not the combo shining. That's just me using technique, right? And I have, I think 1 or 2 technique tutorials up on the channel. Like I've blended techniques. Part of my problem is that I think when you use skill to overcome something, you don't really get to show what the actual combo can do. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of Baytubers make. I see it makes it, yeah. It's just like for me, I want to show, wow, that is a new dent. Wow, that's amazing. This is what I'm saying. I feel like a fresh one, it was hitting harder a week ago, and yeah, I had used it as a defense and stamina type, but I was mostly hiding, and even here on this side, I was still like tucking it under and landing it when I was playing in tourney here in the center on the TT Stadium, and even stalling right here on the X rail. So I think now that I'm using it as an attack type, I will say I do definitely think it is performing a little bit worse. So this might be a case of drawn sword where until you get super used to using a worn one and you can compensate, keep a few new of these in rotation. Does that make sense? Because I am noticing it obviously, like I can still knock out Wizard Rod, right? If I wanted to launch it like this is a tournament, but realistically, just letting the combo do it on its own, it's starting to struggle more and more now with this smooth Wizard Rod. So, and I'm actually expecting this thing to break, and I'm going to have to either use my green one more, which I don't want to use focus, my green one, because I like that one a little more than the yellow one. So I might actually have to order a new Wizard Rod, because I don't think this one's going to last much longer. It's not just a test dummy. I've used this Wizard Rod in a tournament before. And I've used it in like just like local fun tournaments that me and my buddies will have like in a garage or something. By the way, I keep getting asked about tournament footage. I agree with no, don't use the green one. Oh geez, okay. Thank you for letting me know. I will not be using my green Wizard Rod. Because that's my baby, and I got it out of a random booster. And I like Wizard Rod and Arrow. My first video on this channel is Green Wizard Arrow. So yeah, you know, it just, I don't want it to break. So I'm probably just gonna have to buy another Wizard Rod in preparation for this one dying. But as far as footage goes, so here's the deal. I agree with Mad Maxi, and actually if you go back to his tournament deck, profile, Mad Maxi was like, I can't focus and record. I ran into that same issue, and then I forget to record. I'm focused on winning, launching correctly, launching at the right time, launching into the right space where my opponent's going to end up landing, and targeting going into it, or getting the rotation to ride at the right time. Like, I'm focused on too many things. Do I have to, reverse rail ride to knock them out of that corner? Broke mine within 2 months of heavy usage. Yep. That's why I've had this for forever, since it released. It's a TT Wizard Rod, and I'm dreading the day this breaks because I genuinely like it. I do use rod and arrows still, even in the Hasbro tourneys. So I don't know, man. I know this is gonna break. Like, it just will, because the amount of drawn busters that this thing has gone up against is insane. Like, and how it's still alive, I don't know. My Phoenix Wing, even Goldwing here, I worry about, because I've had it for a very long time now. I have beat the living snot out of it and used it in tournament play. And I don't know how much longer these two have, because I really do just use them a bit too much. I'm gonna be real. You've seen this Phoenix Wing in every single one of my videos that has a Phoenix Wing in it. So I don't know, man. I'm hoping it lasts. I'm hoping it survives. I'm hoping it does okay. Same reason why I don't use Shark Edge much. I don't want to break other people's bays. I feel that. I mean, I'm gonna be real. I'll pull out Shark Edge right now. I mean, might as well. Especially since we've already kind of shown the combos. Where's Sorry, I have all my bays and stuff. As a matter of fact, hold on. You know what's even better? Do I have level here? I do not. Why don't I have level here? Where is it? I think it's upstairs. Someone, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody asked me, that thing killed my green rod? Yeah. He says, I know that. We're going to go ahead and go Night Lance, and I'm going to show off my favorite Night Lance combo, which is 360 low flat. Matching with purples. This came off of Shark Edge. So this bad boy is a little menace. Show off the Bay collection. So I don't bring my collection with me atypically when I, where is it? There we go. No, where's Hexa? Where the heck? There it is. I don't usually show off the collection while I use the ones that I play with, because I don't want to get them mixed up. There we go. Ooh. Almost a knockout. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so funny when I play with my buddies, because I'm like, oh no, here's Rod, and it's going to be a problem. And then I knock theirs out fine, but then I play against my own smooth one. Yeah, I don't keep everything on me at all times. I'll just bring what I'm going to make a video on usually, and I'll have a few extra parts, and you know what I mean? I think part of that is because I plan out my videos, which can be a little weird. Oh my god, okay. Night Lance is a menace. There we go. And again, my Wizard Rod is extremely smooth. So that is a very impressive Night Lance knockout against the 360 Hexa Meta Slave Wizard Rod. But yeah, no, this was the first bay actually that I used gear ball on a tournament. It was not even, and I know I've piloted this thing now to some infamy locally with the gear ball set, but it was actually Wizard Rod. Actually, you know what I want to see? I want to do low flat Night Lance versus 560 flat Viper Tail. I really want to see that. So we're going to do that. I think since Viper Tail has regular flat and slightly more stamina, we'll launch that first with the winder and a little bit harder than usual. There we go. Oh my god, yeah. Ooh. Night Lance, calm down. Night Lance, calm down. You don't have stamina for all that. There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah, Viper Tail. Viper Tail. Yeah, I found if Shark Edge, the counter, yo, literally. Should I do a video on my bay collection? Should I would you guys be interested in seeing the bays that I don't play with, that I have for collection? Like, I wouldn't mind actually making that video. I really don't make, I kind of make videos that I like. Yes, please. Word, I got you. Cause I think that actually, now that like you guys suggested that, I think that would actually be a really cool vid to just kind of go over my, my Bay collection and go over some of the stuff I have. Cause the ones that I collected, I don't play with. It's good content. Yeah, I mean, again, I never even thought I would ever get to 300 subscribers. Even on my Beat Links video, I have over 100 views on that. I never thought in a million years I would ever do a Beat Links, one of the most least well-known bays out there for Metal Fight that isn't really super loved. Oh God, it just missed that X. Plus it's year end already. So that might not be a bad idea to go over my Bay collection, but I will say I do have one problem. It's like, yeah, I mean, it is kind of the perfect content, but I will say part of the issue with that is that I have one Bay, Impact Drake, which still has not come in yet because it does not release till December 28th, I believe is when they said. You know what I've never done? I've never done Whale Wave on Hexa. I don't think I've ever tried that. We're going to have a first here on the channel. We're going to try Defensive Whale Wave. This is going to be a monster. I have a feeling this is going to be just a terrible thing for my bays to deal with. Oh my God, it climbed out of a Hasbro pocket. I've never had a bay climb out of a Hasbro pocket that quickly. Whale Wave was like, no. It goes back. This is, oh my God, okay. We need to test this against Phoenix Wing right now. I'm gonna be real, if Phoenix Wing struggles, this is toxic and I'm never doing this again on the channel. You will never see Whale Wave on Hexa again on the, God, that looks like a menace. Okay, so not so much a menace. Never mind. That's a little bit interesting. I thought this would be... All right, you know what? Let's give it the hardest winder launch rip that we can give. I'm going to be testing... Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's on there. Let me hard rip. That's it. So, you know, it's funny because it's Whale Wave. I've often said I don't know why they put that bad boy on needle, because nothing about it screams super defensive, aside from it's heavy. And now I know why. It's really not a defense bay, at least not for me. I can't, that, oh my God, that was terrible. But yeah, I wanted to give Viper Tail the defensive treatment. Let me see if I have needle, and I'll show you guys the problem that I have with needle on Viper Tail, because I feel like it tilts a little bit too much, and that's my big issue with it. I don't like, and I did do Viper Tail on Transpoint, and that was okay, but I found that Transpoint did not have enough traction to really, where did my Viper Tail? Oh, dude, I'm dumb. It's right here. So this is Viper Tail on needle, okay? This is not my super well-worn needle, but it is a little worn. So we're gonna go ahead and showcase it against Phoenix Wing. And y'all see if y'all can see the tilt problem that comes when it gets hit hard, see? And it tends to tilt away from the bay that's attacking. And so this is not a good bay for needle, in my personal opinion. This is just not a good bay for needle. Like, it tilts away on needle, and maybe on a more well-worn needle, that's not a problem. But it's a 50-50 as to the other bay is going to disrupt it. There it is. And then it ends up getting hit while it's tilted away. And then I've had it burst a bit. Well, okay, that time it won. But, like, it's a good combo. I think Hexa is better. I just flat out think Hexa is better. Well, you see what I mean? It's not a good, I wish, not great, but fun. It is fun, and I would definitely use this on needle. for my personal use, but I wouldn't recommend it on the channel. I would rather recommend things that are extremely stable and, oh, I just hit my own camera. Genius, high IQ. Look at that. It just punched my own camera. Oh, genius. Yeah. I wish left spin hammer was illegal or was legal. I mean, again, I use Hell's Hammer 380 and Spike. I did try Spike on this as well. Again, same problem as Needle. I noticed that Needle and Spike tend to work better on tri-shaped or like, you know, quad-shaped things. But this having 6 blades, it just does not work. It was never meant to do that. It just wasn't. I feel like Needle is just not the correct bit for this. I do use Needle a lot. My other needle, my lime green one from my Wizard Arrow, I think is better than this regular green one, but it is what it is. I just run hammer stock combo, hard laugh and pray to something. you know what's funny? I actually like stock combo hammer, and Phoenix Wing, calm down. You know what Phoenix Wing? You know what my Phoenix Wing's problem is? And I've realized what it is. My Phoenix Wing was my original, that and Drawn Sword were my original go-to bays. And I think because they've carried me for so long while I was still learning to experiment in X, Phoenix Wing and Drawn Sword now have an attitude that they can just do whatever they want in my base stadiums. And they're not wrong. You know what I mean? Let me readjust this. There we go. They're not wrong. Like, what am I going to tell them? They carried me. But at the same time, like, they need to calm down. They're being a bit too aggressive towards the non-meta here when it extreme dashes, but sadly it does nothing when it hits. Let me show you mine, which is extremely worn. In case you haven't seen my Spike 380 video, let me see if I have the parts. I don't have that other 360, so we'll just use the red 360 for aesthetics. And then where is, most certainly, I know I have Transpoint there. There's also Unite. I prefer to use this with my extremely worn taper, but 360 taper, pretty decent set. Shit, here's Phoenix Wing, part of my French. Didn't mean to curse, but it happens. So taper is pretty decent, 360. Oh, saw that vid, still don't have. Yeah, I mean, again, you could use taper. You could use so many things, like it doesn't even really matter. Like, Hell's Hammer, in my opinion, is pretty decent bay no matter what you put it on. I think here it's just gonna run out of stamina. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay, there is Taper Hammer. Which I used in a tournament. So the taper and the Spike Hammer I used the most. I have been experimenting with Transpoint. So on Hell's Hammer and running Transpoint, still don't have a verdict on this because, again, it takes some practice getting used to. But Transpoint doesn't really seem like terrible. It seems like it's okay, but I don't like how much it tilts. It will correct, obviously, but like it just, I don't know. I think the tilting is a bit much. I do think that the tilting is a bit much. Ah, yeah. There we go. And mind you, my Hell's Hammer doesn't function great for attack anymore because this bad boy is just worn. This was another bay that carried me in tournament. So again, taper. You could use 960 taper as well, which I think is what I was using mostly in the tournament because it functions like 360. And it lines up a lot like 360 does. So we'll go ahead and go back to tournament days. Tournament days, Hell's Hammer. Then I think we'll go ahead and call the live stream because nope. I launched right on top of it. That is the only thing with Phoenix Wing is I hate launching on top of it because it runs the chance of destroying your. It's the only thing I don't like about the Hasbro. But yeah, yeah, no, taper held hammer works fine. I just prefer the defensive variant. 960, as you can see, functions almost exactly identical to 360. So, I mean, I used it in the tournament. It works fine. It works. So, but yeah, no, I think that'll be the Viper Tail video. I'm actually really pleased with it. I got to showcase off Viper Tail and, you know, what it can do. When I use Transpoint on Phoenix Wing, it acts like a stamina bit. Yeah, no, you know what's funny? As recently I started using Transpoint on Phoenix Wing. And I started also using Transpoint even on Dragoon. And I noticed Dragoon kind of feels weird with it. And I'll show you what I mean. Where's my 360, my red 360, so it all matches, because I'm like that. My bays have to color match. So before we go, I will also on Dragoon, you don't want to turn it to the left because it's left spin. You want to turn it to the right. So if it hits, it doesn't fully launch out. And then we'll go ahead and put the two goats. It feels off. Yeah, that is the wording. I couldn't figure it out, but like something about it just feels off balance, and it irks me. It just does. I don't know why. It just, look at it. It feels like awkward. It looks awkward. It hits hard. But I like in testing it against some of my friends who are also multi-tournament winners. Like it does win, it does work, but look at how off balance and weird it looks. You see what I mean? It just doesn't feel right. This just doesn't feel right. And I don't know. Like maybe if I were to like try to like, I don't know, let's try launching her on a solid attack tilt. Let's see. And just see how she, oh, there we go. So, yeah, see, launching it on a tilt does not work, even though it works with flat. And I don't know, man. I just, like, you can't attack launch it on a tilt and get really good result with it. I've not been able to really, like, feel this is good. Does that make sense? So, I don't know. I don't know how I like Transpoint. Maybe, you know what, let's try 560. Maybe 560 is the key. Maybe that's where I'm wrong. Maybe, now that I think about it, 560 will put a little extra weight, balance to the weight. Maybe 560 Transpoint. We'll try it. We'll see it against Phoenix Wing 360 point. Again, the best combo. Yeah, it feels goofy. That's... Why am I trying to launch my Dragoon? Oh! Hello? I secured the ratchet to the right instead of to the left on a left spin bay. Roast me for that in the comments. Roast me for that in the comments. Please roast me. I deserve that. I deserve to be roasted over that one. Oh, that was a terrible mistake. I was like, why did it burst? And then, yeah, exactly. Oofs. All right, now let's... And I dropped Phoenix Wing. Sorry, so just a heads up, guys. I have not slept and I worked all night. So I've been... Oh, 560. Hello. Never mind. Goodbye, 560. It may take more practice. This may be a combo I'm actually going to have to like sit down and practice with. But I'm already kind of liking 560's higher aggression. This may be... Yeah, ooh, 560 Transpoint might be it. But it's still too goofy. I like the aggression, but for that I could just run taper. Like if I put this on 560 and... So my original combo for Dragoon, by the way, was 560 and flat when I was using my buddies. And I really like 560 flat. And I'll just showcase it for a second. As you can see, 560 flat tends to just kind of bully things. And it's just a really fun... I think I need a balance tune this 560. I think it needs to be the other way. But it does work fine, and it does get KOs, and it's a decent enough combo. But then I started getting into like taper and putting taper on it and like just experimenting. And then eventually I started discovering again, like my 470 gear flat for this. You could use 560, I prefer 470. But like, I don't know. I think 560 flat is still pretty decent on it. But ultimately, I think you don't own Dragoon yet, but I'm planning on the 360 Cyclone. Yeah, do I have my Cyclone bit? Where's my Cyclone bit? Actually, we'll end off the stream with a 360 Cyclone, my flagship for this, and the first combo that I tested with it and just had a complete and total blast with. Go figure, it came with probably what is the best bit for it. But I do think that Cyclone is super aggressive, and this did help break my TT stadium. This is what cracked the shroud, was Cyclone. Was Cyclone Dragoon. Oh, okay, calm down, don't break anything. Yeah. Okay. I think that's gonna be. Yeah. The fear is real. Yeah. No, Cyclone. I don't use Cyclone 360. Miguel, the event organizer that I go to, I'm gonna be going to another event, having my wife try to record some footage and stuff for me when she comes, so I can focus on just battling. But I was banned by Miguel. He's like, dude, no, you can't use Dragoon. Yeah, 360 Cyclone. So like the way Miguel explained it, he's like, it's not fair for you to use to bring this and Cyclone, just because he's like, you're just gonna beat, you already beat everybody, and you're gonna like just beat everybody with Cyclone. Because like it was just one of those things where I think we were at Shark Edge on Cyclone. I don't know about that, but I was able to beat a few of our top players using like Shark Edge, Buster, all using 360 Cyclone. Like this is, again, this cracked the shroud on my TT stadium, and this also cracked my buddy Shark Edge. Mind you, he is technically the top ranked player. Mikey V, my boy, if you are watching this, what's up? You'll probably be watching it later tonight. But yeah, no, this comes with Cyclone, and you just throw 360 on it. So you can do 560. Let me actually showcase that real quick. Then I'll end it. I keep saying that, but then I just like start having fun with Beyblades. And so we're gonna do this. I'm scared. I'm scared for my Hasbro to die with Cyclone. Okay. Oh God, please don't let it break. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. And that was a weaker launch with Cyclone, and it was still pretty aggressive. I'm gonna try to not panic and give it a really good hard launch. Oh God, I'm praying this doesn't break a shroud. It did scrape this side of the shroud and create like a little fracture there. Like Cyclone Dragoon is a monster with a hard rip. Oh my God. Yep. Okay. Let me just stop it there. Okay. That's done. Okay, I think we're done. I'm a little bit scared. Keep going with Cyclone. And now, dear viewers, and that's 560 Cyclone. It doesn't matter if it's 360 or 560 in my opinion. Both work, but 560 needs balance tuning. 360 is just yes. 360 just works. But now you guys know why I use 360 ball, because he was like, all you have to do is hard rip and you're beating everybody, and you're beating other Dragoons on levels. So yeah, I hope that helped you guys so you guys could see. Mind you, I'm hard ripping on string. You can do it on string, you can do it on winder, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so overall guys, to get back to it, final verdict. Viper Tail is goated. Viper Tail is good. You can use taper. I would recommend flats over it. It just prefers using flat. But 560 flat, 560 gear flat, and then 560 Hexa, or you could run 960 if you're afraid of bursting. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to check out this video, this live stream. 300 subscribers is insane to me. I never thought I'd get this far, because mostly, like, my content is more just honestly me having fun and testing things and storming my own brain and seeing whether or not the combo itself can float rather than me just using my skill and knocking things out, and you know what I mean? Like, so, and just seeing what things do like on a kind of more random average and just have fun. So I wasn't sure that this channel would really take off, and then my wife, who, thank you baby, has been my biggest supporter, and was just like, no, you gotta make it, you know, you compete, you do so well, you know, you kick ass and competitive, like people want to know, like in my local scene, I get asked a lot of questions, and I thought maybe being a former great contender in my local burst scene, and now getting into X, maybe I could help somebody, or, you know, I didn't think at any point I would be at 300 subscribers, especially not since Beyblade YouTube is kind of dead, and it's difficult to get views at all, even if you're a larger channel. So yeah, thank you guys for staying with me in my craziness of testing things like Viper Tail. Definitely got a few things planned for the new year. Some less popular bays, sure, albeit, that I'm going to be testing and just showcasing the sets that I come with. I am just kind of experimenting more with some of the older bays now because I feel like they don't get love. Does that make sense? Like, I don't feel like people are really showcasing Viper Tail or a lot of these older bays like Nightlands. I want to do a whole thing where I show, besides just low, flat, and level, what can be done with Nightlands. I want to showcase, again, Hell's Hammer, man. Like, I want to showcase what these bays are actually capable of. And especially if you get some skill and you become really capable yourself, like that only heightens the bay that much more and will help you in a tournament. So it's like, you know, but if I can give somebody the best combo to start with for them to learn the bay on, that's really what I'm just trying to do. And as a Stark Slytherin, I obviously love Viper Tail. I think it's probably just goated. Oh, dude, I'm so happy, H-Dad. I'm so glad. Oh, thank you so much, bro. Again, it's I do have a set for an attack-based wizard rod, just because I think it's funny. I have some videos of just stuff. I have a whole video planned that I'm testing multiple bays on Needle to just showcase that this part is not useless. And you kind of saw it on Viper Tail. It can still float. It can still work, even against more modern meta. It's just a matter of, I feel like, being willing to explore it. So thank you guys so much for being willing to explore with me on this journey and just have fun as I have fun with Beyblades. Honestly though, man, you have helped me understand. Well, yeah, so like I'll give you an example, right? Like the UX bays, right? Like I'll give you an example. They have better stamina because their weight is on the outside, but with no metal on the inside, they don't take hits as well. And they tend to lose stamina from very heavy hits. Whereas bays like this that have metal on the inside, like the original BX bays, well, they don't usually have as much stamina, but they are better at taking hits and being used defensively. And then you have exceptions to that rule where this square, for some reason, all this square makes a circle and you can kind of stamina with it. And I don't know. I personally wouldn't try to spin steel too much with this, just a little bit, because trying to spin steel with a square makes no sense to me in knowing the laws of physics and thermodynamics. But hey. But yeah, no, I will definitely be considering now not just a needle video, but a collection video where I go over my collection and just kind of showcase the bays that I don't play with here that I have that are dear to me. I think that would actually be really cool because really they're just there for me to look at. And I'm definitely kind of hyped about the needle family. And I want to do a gear point video as well upcoming in the new year. Hey, if you squint your eyes, Dragoon can look like a circle. We're going to do this together, chat. I'm going to squint my eyes. Oh my God, you're kind of right, but it looks like a circle made out of razor blades. Oh my God. A My Chemical Romance circle. That's a thing. But yeah, no, just again, this has been just so much fun making this channel, which is why I wanted to do the Viper Tail kind of 300 subscribers special here for you guys live, and then just kind of hang out, talk for a bit. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for taking the time out of your day to support this channel and what I do here. You have no idea what it means to me, what it means to my wife. And for those of you who are a member of my local scene and you guys who have supported me and, you know, rooted me on doing this, you guys have no idea how much it means to me. Again, I never thought I'd ever be here, and it's really because of you guys. You know, to me, it's like, holy crap, like people are commenting and liking the videos and sharing. And it's like, I never thought that, like, you know, I would ever hit that broad of an audience. You know what I mean? Like with Beyblade. So again, thank you. Everything that I do on this channel, I try to, you know, come up with something that I think would be entertaining for you guys. So to hear that it helps you guys in some kind of way, because there's no such thing as teaching Beyblade class, and there's no courses on it. So I do have a video series planned, which can help with that. And it's an idea, someone in my local scene who I've been trying to help coach. So in the new year, when I say there's going to be a lot of just different things coming that I hope help continue to help people. That's what I want this channel to be. You know, so I have quite a bit planned, especially seeing the support you guys have given. I'm like, okay, there is an audience for some of these older bays receiving some love in combos, and talking about techniques, ideas, talking about, you know, how parts should be used, how blade shapes can change and affect things. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna end the live stream. Oh my god, I've been live streaming for an hour. I need some sleep. But yeah, again guys, and I have some new ideas as well as just like getting some of my friends together and just having like for fun battles for the channel as well. I mean, some of these guys know my wife has been on the channel, and I plan on having some of my friends on the channel, and just doing battles with them and having fun and just kind of, you know, having fun and talking like normal human beings playing Beyblade, I guess. So yeah, but thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a great day.